We're about to take it back. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Tony and Julie on the radio. Dr. Joe's therapy on the radio. The love doctor going live on the radio. Two mics and a mind on the radio. Radio, turned up 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 on the radio. Two mics and a mind. Two mics and a mind. Two mics and a mind. Two mics. Watch this. And a mind.
Yo, what up? What up?
What happened there?
Hello, guys.
Hello.
We back.
That's what we do.
We back.
And we back.
They thought it was over, but we back.
And when haters start, we get on the attack.
That's right.
Hey, when everybody was sitting on the front porch, I was sitting in the back.
And I didn't even tell you about the time. I didn't tell you about the time when me and Thule had that Cadillac.
Woo! Woo! Bars! Come on, Thule. Come on, Joe. Say something right. Come on.
Y'all rhymes really lack.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
We can
goodness.
see you
Whoa,
hating,
whoa,
and
whoa.
that's a fact.
I don't think I can top your. When there was in the front, I was in the back. I can't top that one.
Hey, let me tell you something. Everybody on my block bought a dog. That's why I went and bought a cat.
Oh.
Boy, son.
Julie, do you in high school or in
And I ride down the steering wheel, I can take my hands off the wheel because I can do it like that.
Oh!
So it take them too long to come back.
Oh! Bars. Bars. Come on now. This is a versus battle. You got the males versus the females. Ladies, y'all got to drop something. Y'all losing right now. Y'all losing.
Okay. You guys are gonna regret that.
Oh, this is gonna regret that.
All right, the show is over.
You see?
The contest is over. The contest is over. The contest is definitely over. How everybody doing today?
Listen,
good.
making them do what they do. Tula, did you set me up?
Yes, sir.
I heard that. Well, I tell you what, I am doing good. I'm feeling good. I'm looking good. What more can I say?
You could start off by telling the truth.
Yeah, that wink.
You could start. Yeah.
Wow.
You could tell them that you stuttering because you butt ugly.
Wow. Wow. That's what's up. But Dr. Joe,
Y'all I know. Yeah,
y'all
Dr.
everybody
Joe.
doing good?
Oh, we making it.
I had a great.
Man, a lot of stuff been going on this week. There's a whole lot of stuff been going on this week. Whole lot of crazy stuff going on this week. Stuff that's mind blowing has been going on.
Well, I mean that's every day. And well, what day do we have that is not? I mean, that's just reality. This the world we live. I was just listening to a newscast. They was just saying about they found a baby. 1-year-old got dead in the car. They tried to revive the baby. For whatever reason it is, people, if you're listening, if you're paying attention, please let's take the babies out the car. I know it in your mind. You think you can run in and come right back. It don't work. You wind up staying longer. I know it in your mind. You think you can run in and come right back. It don't work. You wind up staying longer. I know it in your mind.
I don't know what's going on with all that feedback. Yeah, I can hear you now. Let's try that again. There was a bunch of feedback.
Yeah, I was saying whatever the reason is that, people think that they can run in the store and it's only for a minute and they don't realize your minute turned to 5 minutes. These cars are infernals when you, and a tip to people, leave your window slightly cracked. If you hit it, you can hit that brake when it just brake. You don't have to let it down. let the heat out the vehicle because it's not about leaving the kids. When those windows are trapped up and you got that sun coming in, these cars are infernal. They're burning, so it's cooking, and that's why your dash busting up and breaking up, and seats peeling and stuff peeling because the heat doesn't have anywhere to go, so it's just trapped. It's like a microwave cut on. So you gotta start leaving them cracked. But the fact that people leaving these babies in the windows in the car, I definitely just want to say people make mistakes, but it's a costly mistake, and we're talking about somebody's life, a kid's life. And I mean, this is just as tragic and just as dangerous and just as murderous as as an abortion. Please stop. Use your head. If you can't get out with your kids, don't get out. You just gotta reschedule. You gotta do it another time. Please save a life. It's every year it's the same dumb, stupid stuff. Some woman, some guy think that they can leave the baby in the car, run in somewhere and get back out. It doesn't work. What if somebody just bust the window out, grab your baby, kidnap your baby? Use your head, people. I just want to say that.
That right there, that is really interesting right there, perspective on. I know that's happened a lot of different times before. So are you saying it's a story that a parent accidentally left their child in the car and they end up dying? That's a horrible
Yeah,
feeling for
well, I
that
don't think
parent.
it's an accident. That's not an accident. That's purpose. Well, I mean, for the parent, but it's reckless. I mean, at some point, let's talk about mistakes. Like you driving down the street, something get in your eye. You accidentally look off, and they pay attention. Accident. You don't accidentally leave your kid in the car. This is purpose. It's just the piss poor thinking of it won't take that long. Let me just roll up the window, lock the doors. I mean, this is a murderous, heinous act. It's just being honest. You try to put it in the nicest way possible to help people. You purposely do this, and there's no excuse for it. We see this every year. It's the same thing. Babies dying, kids dying, left in the car. Then you got some mom crying, some dad trying. We don't want to hear it. Just don't do it. If you can't get them out the car, leave. Don't get out the damn car and leave the kid. It's ridiculous. It's the same thing every time. It makes no sense. The kid's the victim.
Wow.
This is just as heinous as an abortion,
Mm.
and it should. Yeah,
Well, don't
shouldn't
get me
be.
started on that abortion topic. What I want to do real quick is you just brought up something. That story right there is still unfolding. We was talking about everybody who's just tuning in. Tony was just talking about a baby that died because the parent left him in the car. That story is still actually unfolding. What I want to share with
Yeah.
y'all is something really, really quick. Something in regards to the 18-month, they die in the car, but then the dad dies by apparent suicide after he finds out the horrible tragedy of what happened to his child. He actually committed suicide. The story is unfolding right here, according to this article. The Virginia father died by apparent suicide after finding his son dead inside his hot car. Authorities said it appears that the father accidentally left the 18-month-old in his car for at least 3 hours on Tuesday, leading to the child's death.
That
That
was
right
an
there,
accident.
wow. So now the
Impossible.
dad who did it, actually, he couldn't bear the thought that he did, and he actually killed himself.
Well, he couldn't bear it because he knew he was going to prison. I don't think it was. But come on, 3 hours. Let's be practical. Come on, we're talking about an accident. 3 hours is not an accident. That's 18 months. What 18-month-old baby can go unattended in the house for 3 hours with you there? That makes no sense. That's retarded. And the only reason he killed himself because he's a damn coward and he didn't want to go to prison and do the time, and that's why he killed himself. He should have
Mm.
suffered every day behind the death of that kid. Come on, 3 hours? Let's stop it. Come on. 3 hours. An accident? That's insult people's intelligence.
Man, let me ask this, Resident Joe. What do you think about the psychology behind that?
It's interesting that Tony said that. Well, he just said right now that he just killed himself because he doesn't want to make guilt. That's a good thought. You know what it is? A lot of people don't have common sense, so they're radical, like they really don't think. Lowering their common that they're common and they did. Again, parents are not ready parents, and they're going to show up this action. Leave the child for 3 hours. That's ridiculous. You either have to be out of your mind, or you. So that is a good comment he did make there. He could have killed himself for that, or was it because he couldn't live with the thought that the child died because he left for 3 hours? Callers can tell us, what do they think? Because you can't live with the fact of thinking that you killed your child. So,
Dr. Joe, Resident Joe, it sounds like your reception is coming in and out on your phone line. So it's kind of in and out on our phone line. So we try to get you back in there. Yeah, are you there now? Can you hear it now? Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. Tony, we got you back. We hear Tony. Tula, she's back on there too.
What happened?
Not certain exactly what happened, but we're just getting technical difficulties with Dr. Joe.
Okay.
But we got Tula back. Dr. Joe, are you back on there? I know Tony's there. No, Dr. Joe call dropped. So we're gonna have Dr. Joe come back in. But I think what she was saying is something to the fact that it really is, tragic what happens and things like that. I know accident happens, but I can't even imagine something that severe that actually happened with parents. Too, I know you have a lot of kids. Have you ever been to the point where you've been on the go and just accidentally forget about one of the child? Because that's something common to happen to one.
No, not much. No, it hasn't happened. Not that I was the perfect parent, but it just.
Can you guys
Yeah.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now there, Dr. Joe. I definitely can hear you there now. Tony, are you still there?
Always trying to get myself set up.
Yeah, his microphone is kind of really, really low.
Not near it.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. We can't hear you now. We can't hear you now.
Can you hear me? Okay. I'm just getting myself situated.
Okay, not a problem.
I don't think it happened because I was used to always have the kids. Sometimes when you know that's your routine of taking the kids to daycare, picking the kids up, if they're always with you, you're always going to think about they're always with you, so it gets kind of hard. But I can understand, I can see how it can happen if a dad had to do something and he's used to getting out and just him, and then all of a sudden, oh my goodness, I forgot I got the little boy today, or if the child is asleep, not talking.
3 hours. Oh my goodness, 3 hours.
Do you know how he committed
He killed himself.
Anybody knows
He couldn't
how?
live with that. He killed himself.
Do you know how he killed himself by any chance?
They just say he committed suicide.
Yeah, I would like to. I mean, what I was saying before, that it's interesting what Tony said, that he killed himself because he doesn't want to go to jail. It could be. That's an interesting opinion. I would say I would have thought that he just can't live with the idea that he left. He's so stupid that he left the child in the car and he passed away. Like common sense is just not that common nowadays. And this just shows me that parents are not ready to be parents. We need to educate ourselves. Just wake up. If not, don't have children. You just left a child for 3 hours. That's ridiculous. But like Tuli said, right? Like it could be that you're not used to it and you went out and it's like, oh crap, my child. But then, wow, what kind of parent? I don't know. Like, it would be very difficult to figure out what really happened. And then I would like to know how he committed suicide. Did he shoot himself? Like what?
Oh, according to the article, he shot himself.
Okay.
Yeah, according to the he went behind his house and the police found him with a gunshot to the head.
Yeah, to me, it sounds more like his guilt. His guilt wouldn't allow him to live, and he shot himself. Because I mean, this is just my opinion, and if somebody that doesn't care, I feel like they'd be like, all right, I go to jail, and I say it was an accident. I really think that he must have forgotten that he left the child in the car.
We got someone in the chat room. The chat room's a lot going on. Someone in the chat room says that you can never be ready to be a parent. LOL, what do y'all think about that?
I think you cannot. You're right, but you could prepare yourself now. Educate yourself.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
Not being ready, preparing yourself somehow.
Well, I tell you what, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. A lot of different things that are going on, but at the end of the day, we got a lot more news articles for you. We got a lot of more interesting topics and all that stuff. We got a good show lined up for y'all. Ain't that right, Tuli? Ain't that right, Dr. Joe?
Yes, hopefully, yes.
Oh yeah, we got a good one. We got a good one lined up for you. But before we get down to it, what we got to do, we got to pay the bills. And the way that we gonna pay these bills is we ask that y'all hit the cash out. At the bottom of the screen, you see it. Hit the cash out. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Cause we got to pay some bills around here.
'Cause it
This
ain't-
right here is, believe it or not. Let's see. It's pretty much, y'all believe we halfway through the year already? Y'all believe that?
yes.
You got bills to pay. And the way you want y'all to pay them bills, you got to hit the cash out. Y'all see the dollar sign right there. Hit the cash out. Hit the cash out. Tell your friends to hit the cash out. If y'all want to support the show, hit the cash out. If everybody under the sound of my voice can donate, reach deep down in your heart, find that special place in your heart where you can sow a seed. Anybody out there on the sound of my voice, if you got a need, you can sow a seed. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I just
Don't
want
let a word.
yes. Some of the donations will go to wardrobe. I'm not gonna say whose, but you guys know who need wardrobe lifting. Okay.
Help your host.
Somebody's gonna get a shirt. So if you want to help a needy African in that's
we doing this?
Alaska, Georgia, get a new shirt. Donate. I guarantee you.
I can be the first one to donate. Is $5 enough?
We can work with that.
Listen,
I'll be the
if
first.
you can't donate $5, then donate $6. If you can't donate $6, then donate $7. If you can't donate $7, make it $10. Come on now. Whatever you can do.
Oh gosh.
Whatever you can do.
Yes.
That being said,
trust me,
We'll figure it out. We'll go to a store. We'll try to see if somebody can make you a shirt.
The man is sick.
He's talking about.
We gonna buy some shirts, y'all. At least one. At least one shirt. Mm-hmm.
Hey, people talking about you. As long as they talking about you, when they stop talking about you, that's when you got to get word right there. But as long as they talking about you,
You've done or improved.
I appreciate it.
What do you think you're talking about?
I appreciate that. I appreciate the appreciation. But what we're about to do, ladies and gentlemen, is we about to take a brief commercial break to pay these bills, and we get back. We better have some money in that cash up. Otherwise, it's gonna be consequences and repercussions. We don't have no money in that cash out. Gas out here $5 a gallon. We got things to do. Bills got to get paid. The prices of everything going up. Folks' money is going down. Staying the same. You know what's bad?
What?
What's bad is I remember I was in like the 11th grade, and I had got in trouble. I was in the principal's office. The principal be busy, so they send to the assistant principal because the assistant principal she handles all the different, disciplinary problems, so forth and so on.
Right.
So I was in there in her office, and she was just talking about why I'm always being bad and all this other stuff, which is a dumb question. First of all, why would you expect a kid to be good? A kid is gonna act like a kid. It's nothing abnormal for a child to act like a child. Don't be asking me, what you mean why I can't sit in the class all day without talking? Who does that? I'm a kid.
I mean,
anyway, what she was telling me then, and she was telling me, she was saying, hey, look, she was saying, listen, she's like, I'm an assistant principal. I already got my degree. You trying to get what I got. I made $65,000 a year. That's what she said. And this was back in 1999.
Oh, that's not bad.
This was $65,000 back in 1999. Fast forward to 2022. That right there, salary ain't changed in a lot of different ways, a lot of different venues, you know what I'm saying? It's amazing how the prices have been up so much, but the salaries and stuff like that, it really hadn't been that far with much of a change in the salary. If you want to really do studies and show and look at people, Tony's off the chain. You really want to look at what people are actually doing, what they're actually saying, as far as when you start a job and work 20 years later, how much more, or what is the delta, what is the difference between that starting salary and your end salary? Mm-hmm. What do y'all think it is typically? Do you think someone doubles their salary when they work for a company over 20 years?
It depends on
They increase it by $10,000. What do you think? After the span of 20 years, if you start out female base and retire that same company, what do you think that difference is?
not
Interesting.
double, but some it's more.
It could be. It could be if you. It depends on the position. If you're
Yeah.
in a position, I doubt it. But if you move up,
Truly,
But-
somebody says they're going to donate $5 on some turtlenecks or something like that.
no, they gotta use it other than
I
turtleneck.
hope these callers are calling in.
Other
because
than
what people do, they get in these chat rooms and they go running all that stuff. I want them to show their face. I want to see what kind of neck they get.
But the person with the turtleneck.
Show your face. Whoever this is with all this heat, all this smoke. If you want to blow smoke my way, come on. Come on, Cletus. Come on, Cletus. All you got to do is sit there and come on in.
you do have. We have.
I bet y'all won't click the link because y'all sit there and y'all talk and y'all won't click the link. If you want to join the show, you got anything you want to say. Turn the camera on. Let's see. Let's see. Show your face. Talking about turtleneck.
If they don't want face, it's okay. Love.
Oh gosh, we did get donation. And we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Woo! We got that donation. That's what I'm talking about. What's the best coronation in the country? Donation.
Have the same shirts, and you won't have to wear them turtlenecks.
I tell y'all what. Right before we go to break, I want to talk to y'all about something really, really quick. What's going on is this whole Roe v. Wade. If y'all already know about the Roe v. Wade, I ain't even know what Roe v. Wade was, and a lot of y'all ain't know what it was either. If y'all said y'all knew what it was, I don't believe y'all ain't know what it was. Y'all went to public school just like me. Y'all ain't know none of that stuff. They ain't talking about that in school. If they did, we weren't paying attention. We remember it 20 years later, no way. But that being said, this whole abortion thing is gone crazy. People out here now who cannot get abortions. You won't believe what they're doing. Some of these women is out there rabbit mind. And this is one of the reasons why I'm writing my book called I'm working on it right now as we speak because women are out here in these streets doing this right now.
Eat,
Look here.
smoke, get my script together.
Look here. Look
Okay.
here. Y'all see that right now?
That's ridiculous.
Y'all see what out here in these streets doing?
I can't.
Y'all see what out here in these streets doing?
And she's too far along anyway. But she could have an abortion. Look crazy.
Listen.
She's provoked the child to have the deficiency he's born.
Listen, this is ridiculous. It makes absolutely positively no sense. But what we're going to do is we're going to talk about it in 5 minutes. Everybody, we going on break because it's the top of the hour. Holler at us. 2 mics and a mind. Yeah, y'all.
Barra Products, all natural vegan body products for the entire family. Barra Products can be found on Amazon.com and BarraProducts.com. Follow them on Instagram at Barra Products. IV Dispatching Services, your trucker's lifeline for transportation, can be reached at 601-433-4242. IV Dispatching Services. Essential Massage, professional massage services with elevations available. Give them a call at 678-379-9664. Be good to your body with an essential massage. Simply Subordinate Residential and Commercial Cleaning. Give them a call at 770-369-0556. The people who make your dirt behave. Simply Subordinate. Panthera Tactical can be reached at www.PantheraTacticalLLC.com. Panthera Tactical would like for you to be your own first responder. PD Custom Printing, PD Custom Printing for all your custom printing needs. Follow them on Instagram at PD Printing 17. You can give them a call at 678-855-0022. PD Custom Printing. Ion Win. Ion Win are massaging gel insoles and energy bands. www.ionwins.com. Receive 30% off your first order using the coupon code Thule and Tony. Ion Win. Nika's Oils and Detergents. Nika's Oils and Detergents can be reached at 678-421-4327. Nika has the most popular fragrances on the market. 5-gallon laundry detergents as well. Tide, Gain, Free, and Clear. Call Nika's Oils and Detergents. 678-421-4327. Michelle Macwood with Macwood Homes can be reached at 857-891-4545. Contact Michelle for all your real estate needs. Michelle Macwood with Macwood Homes.
Whoa, we back. No, we ain't.
Barra Products, all natural vegan body products for the entire family. Barra Products can be found on Amazon.com and BarraProducts.com. Follow them on Instagram at Barra Products. IV Dispatching Services, your trucker's lifeline for transportation, can be reached at 601-433-4242. IV Dispatching Services. Essential Massage, professional massage services with elevations available. Give them a call at 678-379-9664. Be good to your body with an essential massage. Simply Subordinate Residential and Commercial Cleaning. Give them a call at 770-369-0556. The people who make your dirt behave. Simply Subordinate. Panthera Tactical can be reached at www.pantheratacticalllc.com. Panthera Tactical would like for you to be your own first responder. PD Custom Printing. PD Custom Printing for all your custom printing needs. Follow them on Instagram at PD Printing 17. You can give them a call at 678-855-0022. PD Custom Printing. Ion Win. Ion Win are massaging gel insoles and energy bands. www.ionwins.com. Receive 30% off your first order using the coupon code Thule and Tony. Ion Win. Nika's Oils and Detergents. Nika's Oils and Detergents can be reached at 678-421-4327. Nika has the most popular fragrances on the market. 5-gallon laundry detergents as well. Tide, Gain, Free, and Clear. Call Nika's Oils and Detergents. 678-421-4327. Michelle Macwood with Macwood Homes can be reached at 857-891-4545. Contact Michelle for all your real estate needs. Michelle Macwood with Macwood Homes.
One, two, three. Don't be scared. If you're holding good here, then wave your hands. Step back and go and do your dance. It's a good dance party, and the devil can't stop me. Don't worry about them, just do your dance. Dance, 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 dance. Don't worry about them, just do your dance. Dance, 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 dance. stand. Don't worry about it, just do your dance. Yo, Deem all set to go. Tick, tick, boom, we the next to blow. Hey, I can lose count for all the things that I'm thankful for. Right now, I wanna see you move. Go ahead and give y'all this groove. I put my hands up on my hip, I dip. Hey, grateful, so grateful, thankful, I thank him. All praises to him. Watch you in the movies. Your clothes gon' sweat them out. If you love, y'all let it out. And let's get wild. We gotta praise like a going out of style. You gotta let them know that you're who will run the show. I can feel it in my bones. Watch me get down on the floor. Let me do my dance some more.
About to take it back. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Tony and Julie on the radio. Dr. Joe's therapy on the radio. The love doctor going live on the radio. Two mics and a mind on the radio. Radio, turned up 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 on the radio. Two nights and a mind. Two nights and a mind. Two nights and a mind. Two nights and a mind.
Whoa, we back.
I'm smacked. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
my
sir.
picture.
Yes, sir. We can hear you. We can hear you. Tula, tell them those special announcements. What other commercials we got? Special announcement commercials.
Yes, thank you so
I'll
much.
add our sponsors. What else we got?
Yes, sir, we sure do. Jared's Lawn Maintenance for your year-round maintenance services. They also do mulching. They put down mulch and plant flowers. If you want to beautify your yard, they can be reached at 770-299-4554. 770-299-4554. Jared's Lawn Maintenance for your year-round lawn beautification services. If you own a truck, excuse me, and you have a trucking company or you desire to start a trucking company, you want to make sure that you are compliant with the Department of Transportation. Not your uncle, not your dad, not your brother. Not by their standards, but the standards of the Department of Transportation. You need to have somebody that's on your side. And that would be those people, the friendly people at Total Compliance Plus. They can be reached at 404-254-8581. 404-254-8581. Give them a call if you want to make sure that your company is totally compliant. Putman Organics for all your organic vegetables, fresh eggs, fresh meat, which I'm talking about chickens, quail eggs. Putman Organics, PUTMAnorganics.com. Wonderful, wonderful produce. I was going to have fried green tomatoes today. On the show, I didn't get around to it. I'm so hurt, but that's okay. Y'all, I'm gonna make my fried green tomatoes. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to them. But yes, Putman Organics, PUTMAN Organics.com. Check them out. Follow them on Instagram so you can know what's coming up that you may want to find out what the produce that they have coming up at Putman Organics. All right. If you are in the Louisville, Kentucky area and you need to move and find you somewhere else to go, actually, don't do it by yourself. Have it done with care. That's the company, Done with Care. You can call Will at 502-337-8153 or Tyler at 502-888-7963. And they will have your moving done with care. Now back to our show.
Ooh. Oh,
Great self-owned small companies.
so
I'm still spinning.
you bring up some real good stuff. What I want to add on about Jared's lawn maintenance is what they also do is they actually do quotes as far as the landscaping. They do free estimate quotes where they can come and
No.
do going after pictures of how they can beautify your lawn. I actually had what they're in the process of doing is they're researching, I guess right now, a trend is something that I don't know about, but something that's common to everyone else is you have the option. You can do rocks, you can do mulch in your flower beds, or you can also do pine straw. So they
Yeah.
got all the pine straw and all this stuff. Yeah. So
You know what? Speaking of mulch, have you seen black mulch? I see that around at different restaurants. I saw it at 2 places. I won't mention the names, but it was 2 different restaurants. And the black mulch is really, really. I like it. I think it's
You
nice.
mean the rubber is rubber mulch? Is actually rubber? Is that what you're talking about? And
I
it's
don't-
black. It's actually rubber. It looks like mulch, but it's actually rubber. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I don't know. I haven't touched it, so I don't know if it is. I think it's wood. It's like mulch from a tree, but it's black. I don't know if it has what process it's been through. If it's good for your lawn, is it good for the environment? Don't know, but I like the way it looks.
Never seen it.
Interesting. Also with Portman Organics, I was talking to them earlier today too. What they actually do, it's a new venture. I'm gonna refer to it as Furtive Farms. Furtive Farms. Anybody know what the word furtive mean? Furtive farming.
Like a farming that keeps on giving and keeps rebirthing something.
It keeps rebirthing, but it actually keeps rebirthing other farms. So what they do is they actually they can give consultations where a lot of people who may not have the expansive farmland that they want, they're actually able to get land and get people who volunteer their land and say, hey, I got a huge backyard. I got a lot of space back there. If you guys want to come and cultivate and things like that, we can work out an agreement where you can cultivate some of your fruit on our land and so forth and so on. It's called furtive farming. So it's really, really cool processes. It's on and popping. That's something they're also doing. So we got them there. They're doing it's a lot of good stuff going on. A lot of good stuff going on.
Especially in nowadays with the food shortage, please make sure that you get information in this and start growing your cucumbers and start growing your potatoes. I use cucumbers on everything. It's amazing for you. Learn how to do that and it's amazing.
Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Speaking of food shortages, what I want to do because I'm a certified life coach is I want to share with y'all some information about preserving yourselves and right type of food that you can actually stock up in. And some food that you want to stock up on in times of famines is what I have today. This is the one and only.
Oh my God. Sodium.
Why am I not being seen?
Learn how to grow your plants and your fruits and vegetables, people. Do not do this.
Do not, instead of that, do this instead of that. This is
no, that's not survival food.
What you say?
This right here is food. When you trying to survive, there's a shortage going on, so you need to buy food. You know what I mean? It's non-perishable. You get this right here, you stock up a bunch of them, and all you do is add hot water.
That's what I did when I was in my 20s to save money.
This right here is real talk.
Oh, your papaya.
Y'all know what bug out bags is?
Y'all see me?
Like that. Y'all know how to prepare it to
You can see me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I can't. I see I'm spinning. Y'all guys can see me?
Yes.
This is what you get you a turkey leg. This is survival. Get you a turkey leg and
That's why I couldn't do my fried green tomatoes.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like them. You cook them.
Wow, somebody says in the chat room, is that a pterodactyl leaf? Oh my goodness. I don't know which is worse, the fact that I know what the word pterodactyl looks like, and they look like they spelled it right.
You have a lot of sodium. That's right too. Let's read that. Let's read the comment.
There's a haters gonna hate.
I'm not talking about the sodium. I'm talking about them noodles. That cup of death.
I'm talking about survival.
You ain't gonna survive.
Exactly.
You don't get a loaded baked potato. do you know you as surviving? You know how long it takes for a hard potato to soften up? You can't boil no potato out there in the wild. You can't do that.
You bury it. You gotta know how to teach how to do that too.
That's true. You know, like Native people
bury it in the dirt.
Yeah, Native people cook under the dirt.
How you cook it? You start the fire, you cover it up and put the potato on there, wrap it in foil and cook it. Your soft potato. You take ground beef and do it too.
Cook.
Which is easier for these people out here that don't know. For these millennials out here, you think they gonna know how to do that? That's why I tell them, don't get your 50 cent. Get your load up on. If you ball,
people got smarter.
You good.
The people got book smarter. They ain't got smarter when it comes to surviving. So you gotta teach people how to make it, especially people of color and other ethnic races that's not white. You gotta learn how to survive.
Got you.
Any kind of level, any kind of weather, with all kind of color.
That's true. And you know, it's a lot of people that say, I don't like outside. I don't like being outside. What are you going to do if you have to be outside?
That's a good question.
I don't like
being outside. Go back in your mama womb.
I don't like to be outside. I hate sitting out there.
How about this? On that note, being outside, going back inside your mama womb. Tony, when you was away, what we just played something was a video they want to discuss a little bit about these mothers' womb. And some of the reason why I'm writing my book currently called Womb Management. We have people who are protesting against the Roe v. Wade overturn, and guess what? They out here in these streets. Take a look. Talk to me. What y'all think about that? Comments.
That was disgusting.
And she recorded it though. I'm trying to figure.
But see, she should be going right then. Somebody should have gave her address up.
Yep.
And she should have been going to prison.
Yes.
I mean, at the least of what she's done to not kill the baby. When the baby come out, an eye missing, nose deformed, mouth, jaw broken, you got to raise this kid, which means she's going to kill this kid somewhere else.
Right.
Not the baby. The problem is the mental illness of the parent. The person that slept with her knew what kind. This is something else.
Please.
A lot of these people that are in these abortion movements are people with mental illness. And the fact is, these guys, I'm going to blame the guys on this one too. Because I slept with some. Hell, it was crazy. But I never slept with anybody I don't think ever had the brain cell capacity to sit around and do something like that. Not that I think, knowing and thinking about it. And this is something that needs to be criminal on the man. Her act, because if he knew that she had a mental problem, I mean, and ain't talking about mentally retarded, because these people are not mentally retarded. These people have their own challenges that they create and fabricate. If I don't want to do something, I don't want it, I'll kill it, I'll throw it away. We have to get out of that mindset. In life, you can't let kids just constantly quit stuff, and that's their excuse for not doing their responsibilities. A lot is coming in with the rearing of them. If they don't like it, they can quit, they can walk off, they can blame somebody else, and then they become adults. The detriment now goes to the child because no one has ever set a protocol to let them know if you get it, you're gonna have to live with it. I had dogs growing up puppies. I want a puppy. Man, you get a dog, you're gonna take care. I'm gonna kill. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take care. I gotta hate the damn thing, but I had to take care. He taught me, learn when you ask for something, you're going to have to deal with it, and you can't run away and give it away and become somebody else's responsibility. It was my responsibility to the death of it. So we have to start rearing our kids better to teach them responsibility of when you ask for something, like a goldfish. A kid will sit in the store, get home, and don't feed it. No, I'm going to teach you the protocols. This is how you take care of it. The goldfish water has to be changed. The rocks has to be circulated so you can get all the feces out of it and old food because the water smells. You got to treat the water. So now this kid begins to learn, and a goldfish has a short lifespan. Mm-hmm. So in doing something like that, it at least teaches a child to commit. That when you make a choice, you have to commit. You can't kill everything that you don't want. Mm-hmm. And this is the problem. We go back. We can change laws. We can do all these different things. We have to start getting in here, and we got to get on the parents to say we got to rear our children differently because everybody's running under the cover of mental illness. I am so damn sick. Everybody's saying they're mentally ill. You're not mentally ill. You just want to diagnose yourself so you have an excuse for your behavior. We all do things we don't like. We all go through something. But what real people do that don't try to run under the damn cover of something is we deal with it. It's life. You lay on your back, you make a choice. You lay on top of her belly, you made a choice. Hey, I want to get off. I want sperm to shoot everywhere. And it's going in her belly, inside her womb, and she's got a high risk of being pregnant. So this is something you have to decide. Do I want this lady to be my kid's mother? Am I ready to be a father? Hell no. Then get your ass up and go somewhere else and sit down.
That's right.
Put on protection. Anything beats just killing the baby. Let me say this. The only people that I can see having a dog in this fight and a legitimate argument is a woman that has been raped by some bastard. Someone who has been impregnated by her brother, by her father, or her grandfather through incest, rape. These are, or if a woman's life is on the line, your life or the child life. All these are reasons to why I can see that. But see this kind of stuff makes no damn shit. Like this girl, this hammer hitting this baby, that hammer should have went across her damn head.
Yes, sir.
So whoever know her, post her address. Let her ass need to be under a prison, and your ass better not call on here. I want the Klan to come get her ass. I want the skinheads. I want every nation to come pick her little black ass up and make her pay for the shit she just did to that baby.
What's some of the females' perspective on that too? Resident Joe, what y'all take on it?
Two of the things that he did say, I have to comment on that because they've been reaching out to me about this. They told me, what do you think about, because I'm completely against abortion. So they said, what do you think about the women that have been raped and they do not want to have this? That's trauma, having a child like this. I have to say, 3 years ago, I studied this, and it causes more trauma to abort a baby than to, back then, I studied this, just to let you guys know, like, it caused more trauma to abort a baby. Aborting the baby will not leave the trauma. You're going to have trauma forever, regardless if you stay with the baby or you do not stay with the baby. However, studies now, 2022, show that aborting the baby helps the woman's mentality more than they keep the baby. And that is because we've lost sensitivity. We do not care. I think 2022, we do not care. It's all about what we do, makes us happy. But studies have changed from 3 years till now. And that's a big question. What do you guys think about that? Because they've been asking me, sending me messages. Hey, what do you think about this abortion if they were raped? And I think the only time where it might be justifiable is if both lives are in danger, then you have to choose one. But other than that, I feel like you having the child is not the child's fault. You can have the child and get through it and get help. Another of the things that he did say that is very important. We all have traumas, and we all have succeeded in somewhere or another. Well, not all, but if people have done it, all I'm saying is get help. There's ways out there better. Don't find that as an excuse. But mental health now, everybody has mental health nowadays. Anxiety, stress, it's just really bad. And it's true. I'm not saying it's true. Mental health has increased. But don't find that as an excuse to be an evil person in the world or be lazy or don't do something in life. Find help, look for help. There's help out there. Those two topics were really heard Tony saying, and I've been hearing this a lot for the couple past days. So I just wanted to touch on.
I'm sorry. Good. I'm against abortions 1,000%. I participated in them a couple of times in my life. I've never been raped, but I can only imagine what a woman would have to go through after being raped and then being impregnated by her victimizer. And then have a baby. And you look at the baby, of course there's a care, there's a love, because it's something inside of you that grew and it's a part of you. But when you're holding something that's, you've been forced into and you weren't, willingly a participant in it, nor did you solicit it, and you were, it was taken from you, I don't think having it could possibly make a person, be better than they would as aborting it. I mean, I can only imagine, the hurt, the trauma of dealing with that, over the course of time. And then the fact is, our society gives the man the right to still see the baby. So now you're dealing with, I have a baby by a victimizer. And now you have to rear it, and then you got to give this man visitation rights. I mean, only thing I see for these people is the death penalty. If the woman has to have the baby, which I'm for, the only way it makes sense, he has to die. There's no other way. That's the simplest way to do it. To leave him living is to just destroy her and destroy the child. Because now this child has to go around with, guess what? I wasn't wanted.
Yeah,
this wasn't something where both of us was in the moment. My parents were in the moment, and boom. This is a matter of my mom was raped by some bastard who wants to see me and want me to call him father. He has some rights to me. And this person solicited me to contact them and try to explain their side when my mom was raped. The only thing that could possibly or probably make sense is that you're dead. That's the only fair solution. Again, I'm against abortion, but at the same time, I couldn't imagine if my wife was raped by a man and my wife was impregnated by him, he's got to die. I don't give a damn about no legal system. I don't give a damn what nobody else think. He can't live. I don't give a damn when he got out of jail. He gonna die. That's it. I spend every damn dime to find that ass, and I'm gonna make sure you die. I'm not gonna pray for him. I'm not gonna forgive him. Yeah. My wife and I have to deal with rearing the baby of some bastard who raped her. He cannot live. It's impossible to let him live. I don't know what studies, that's been done and research. It's not fair. The only thing that makes sense, he has to die. Now, that's something the Supreme Court. On this end, I'm saying make sure it was rape, because there are a lot of women have told lies. We're not talking about those women.
Yeah, so that's dangerous.
Those cases, no, we're not talking. We're talking about legitimate rape. And I know we doing it, and I say, okay, stop. Okay, this is your shit. You know what I'm saying? This is your shit. You should have never started this stuff. Because both y'all in the moment, these women, stop right now. If you're calling that rape, that's your own shit. Because
that's not rape.
If you thought that much of a person, you shouldn't have been in. You thought enough to give it to him, and now you want to say, okay, just cut it off now, just stop. For whatever your reason is, I can be different. You're being hurt. You know what I'm saying? That's different. We're talking about, just cut it off right now. It don't work like that. And I'm not saying keep forcing, but at the same time, I'm not putting these people in the category of people. I'm talking about a woman going down the street, working, whatever it is, some bastard comes up and rape her. Some bastard knocks on the door as the delivery man and rapes her. We're talking about her parent, grandfather, uncle, brother rapes her. Once it's proven, there's no reason for your ass to be on the planet anymore. Immediate death. That's the only thing that makes sense. I'm talking instantaneous. As soon as we know.
And that will help more than killing the child. The trauma will help. That will help the trauma more than killing the child. Killing the issue. That's the issue. That's where the issue is coming from.
So
right there on the screen, it says, so do you guys think it's better to give the baby up for adoption and possibly subject it to a lifetime of abuse and instability?
I don't believe adoption is actually that's those are in certain cases. I don't think that's a very common case of adoption through adoption people being molested. I think foster care is another, which is one that has a high rate, and it's not always by the parents. It's because they got too many kids in there together, and they get the smaller ones and they got the big ones. The big ones getting ready to cycle out. They pay less. The babies pay more because they need more stuff. And then you get these kids in the middle, 3, 4, 5, with 14, 15, who decide he wants or she wants the predator, the smaller kids. So I don't think that's I think that is a positive. And if someone's willing to take the baby other than you just kill it, that's always an out. I say do that. Because there are people who can't have kids. Me and Tula, we were going to adopt. Remember, we had a little white kid. We were looking at a doctor one time. You remember?
Unfortunately. No, it wasn't.
Unfortunately, yeah. Unfortunately, what?
Unfortunately, she was white.
Wow.
What mine?
And she would have been loved and cared for. You know, she would have brought up and she'd have said, she would have told him, look here, Crackers. My people been going through. My people come through. Every morning she wanted to go to school. Yes. Yeah, we was going to adopt a Caucasian girl some years ago. Wow. Another family adopted her. You know, I mean, for me, let me say that. I say a lot about white people. I talk about the system, not the individual. Because there are individuals that will do more for you than anybody of your own race. And that's in every race. Because it's just people I'm just fair. Mm-hmm. And it's not a thing that they have to practice. It's just in them. Hey, why would I persecute you? Why would I do something to you when there's no reason? Why would I stand by and let somebody else do something to another individual who hadn't done anything to deserve it? There are people in this world. That's why this world's still standing now. Unfortunately, who gets the media hype? The killer, the raper, the murderer, anybody. Everybody gets to, get the accolades, and those of us that are out here doing our part, just living and just not hurting other people, there need to be news stories about it. What they're doing special. What they're doing special, they're leaving people the hell alone, and they're just taking care of their business. Right. They're not taking from other people and hurting other people. That's a news story in itself. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, we bombarded with the damn arsonists, the racists. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The person that leaves the kid in the car and they're like what's wrong with the whole, ain't nothing wrong with the whole world. This is a couple of dumbasses. And we're going to have it now. The whole world is crazy. The whole world is not crazy. The whole world was crazy. It wouldn't be standing. Right. There are a lot of people with sanctity and sanity. There are a lot of people with good judgment. Unfortunately, we don't really home in on that. We always home in on the bad stuff. There are people that are doing. If you guys are, who have you hurt? Who are you taking from? Who you trying to manipulate? Who you raping? Who you robbing? Who you murdering? Then you people, everybody who does that, they deserve a hand clap. You deserve an applause. Unfortunately, everybody doesn't get accolades with us.
We're enabling the world. That's what I think. That's one of the biggest issues. We're enabling the world by giving them excuses to. This is why I act like this. This is why I am like this, and that's it. This is just me because it's enabling our people and enabling the world. That's what we're doing by finding excuses in mental health. Not everyone. There are people that do have mental health issues, and they're very severe. But with abortion, and one of the things with abortion is I don't know if I don't have the numbers right now, but percentage is very low with people that have aborted because of an issue, sickness, or the highest percentage is others. They don't want it, they're not ready. I think that's 90% or something like that. So people are doing it just because they're not ready and they have sex unprotected. Oh, well, too bad. I don't want to have babies, so let's abort it. So
I tell you what, it is really something that's really amazing. I know something that Thule ended up doing is Thule wanted to share a particular perspective in regards to, I think it's the dynamics of these relationships, how you actually supposed to conduct yourself and how you respond when there is, a disagreement or something like that. Thule, I want to share that video that you suggested. But before we do, we actually had a caller that wanted to join in to the show. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add this caller to the show. Welcome. It's Confederate State 48. What's going on?
Hey,
Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
Confederate.
Hello.
good
All
to see
right.
you. We miss you. We miss you.
Happy to see
Miss you guys as well. Thank y'all for having me on tonight. I've been kind of listening in sporadically. I've heard a lot of interesting topics you all had. I want to first start out by addressing everyone properly. To you, love Doctor, Miss Tooley, Resident Joe, last but not least, the Honorable Tony Smith. We thank
Appreciate it.
Yahuwah for you and all that you all do. You know, Um, so I just want to start out with that and thank you for all you guys for law and
Definitely praying
just
for you.
thoughts. Yeah. I don't want to make the center of attention about myself, but I just want to again thank you all for your support. It's been a really determining factor in my recovery from my my bone marrow transplant. But as you all were speaking on um, you know, the abortion rights and stuff like that, and things like having children, being almost like forced to have a child from um, a criminal act, to say the least, like being a product of rape. I don't understand how could you penalize a woman for having a child from a crime being committed. I'm not for abortion. But if I were to be lenient or to lean to one side, um, being bipartisan, I would say that how can you honor a crime, you know, and then penalize the victim? We've seen this all too often when it came to the so-called Negro and the African American, Black and Brown community. So I just wanted to touch on that. Um, there was something else that you all were talking about, and Ross Smith. Maybe you can kind of shine some light on this. I was listening to a broadcast just recently, and it was talking about it had a what they would call a biblical undertone to it. Um, can you guys hear me pretty good? By the way.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the thing is this. The person was speaking on. You remember back in Mitzrayim when Pharaoh had ordered the execution of all infants at the age of 2 years old and under. And so, as we, in the wake of what's going on now, the Roe v. versus Wade, things of that nature, we see now that they're kind of saying, well, women should not have the right for abortion. And as the person was speaking on that, he was kind of saying that history is kind of trying to repeat itself in terms of what happened back in antiquity. Um, Saying that that was one of the what they call miracles that happened just before the that the Abari, or what they would call the Hebrew experience before their exodus, as they would call it, from their captor. And so it kind of makes sense to some degree, but it was saying it was moving one step closer to our liberation in terms of being an established Goya established nation again. So I wanted to ask you, Ross Smith, and all of you for that matter, what's your thoughts on that? We know about the plagues, but then we also have on record that they stopped the ordering of the Abari kids, but Abari infant offspring. But then we saw the death of the Rasha, the firstborn of the Mizrite. So I wanted to see what was your take on that, Ross Smith, as well as the rest of the panel.
I'll let them speak first and then
Yes.
comment.
Okay.
To
Cool.
I pass. Well, I don't know.
I just kind of find it quite interesting. Dr. Joe?
honestly, I'll let the love doctor Tony speak about this topic specifically.
I tell you what. First of all, I want to say, welcome back. It's really, really good seeing you. I missed you last week, whatever. I'm glad to see that you're recovering.
Yes,
It
sir.
actually looks like, are you actually in the hospital right now? Is that
No,
legal?
no, sir. I'm actually in one of my rooms, quarantining here because my white blood cells are like at a point, like a not even at 3%. So I'm very, very susceptible to infection,
Mm-hmm.
all type of airborne,
Mm-hmm.
disease and stuff like that. So I got to be very, very careful. My platelets are down, but my organs and stuff are, they're starting to regenerate and everything. So uh,
Yeah,
Welcome
yeah,
to
yeah.
the mission.
Um, uh,
man,
elaborate a little bit more on your question because I know you kind of prefaced a lot of different subjects about Pharaoh, the transition, the death
right.
of the two born. Elaborate in particular. What was the question that you were having in specific?
Uh, well, try to basically trying to condense it is that um how we see Roy Smith made a post that was eloquent to say the least about Clarence Thomas that he had mentioned that he hasn't spoken very much, and when he did decide to speak on something, he did make a very viable point in terms of Roe v. versus Wade about abortion and being pro life, and told him basically to keep up the work, don't break the trend. You know what I'm saying? So basically, my question was that we see that um, it actually increases the fertility, in my opinion, of the so-called African American or the so-called Negro, opposed to eugenics, where they were trying to promote the execution of pre no, I'm not going to say unborn, but children or infants or
Yeah.
fetuses.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty obvious that we determine death through the heartbeat. I think we can all agree on that. So when we see when the medical examiner or the coroner comes in, and then they make the time of death, then when they declare the time of death is basically when the heart stops beating.
Mm.
So how can, and then in retrospect, then we should be able to determine life at the beat of a
Mm-hmm.
heartbeat. So I don't understand why people are saying it's not a child if you have signs of life. So it's kind of an oxymoron to believe that you can determine a person is dead with the lack of a heartbeat, but then you can't declare life at the beat of a heart. Um, so the question again was, I um, I believe that the 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 law that's being passed, that abortion is not permissible in certain states. I think it's just I think it's a good thing to decrease the fertility of the so-called Negro. And if we really look at it, we've been killed at an alarming rate, whether it be by the food, police brutality, racism, genocide, and things of that nature. And I believe our counterparts were kind of, and Planned Parenthood being one of them, or one of these systems set in place that it could kind of stop, hinder, or halter the progression of the so-called Negro, because we know that our counterpart fertility rate is very, very much lower than ours.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought it would give them an opportunity to not only to increase their fertility, but to also harvest the organs of called Negro. So
Yeah,
I want
So,
to know what.
gotcha.
actually, there was a congresswoman who spoke up about that, and people say that she made a quote unquote Freudian slip when she was with Trump. She said something to the degree of she wanted to thank the white life,
Yeah.
decision that was actually being made. I think her name was
That's sad.
Congresswoman Mary Miller, and she
Mm-hmm.
was
Mhm.
saying something right along to align with what it is you're saying. In her opinion, is that it's actually going to save white
Yep.
life. Is what it's actually
Correct.
going to do.
I heard
We're
that.
also looking at other different things online where it was actually showing. It was a guy who he used to work at an abortion clinic, and what he was actually saying is that there actually are so many more white clients that come through abortion clinics than there are blacks. in addition to that, what he also said is that what a lot of people don't know is that abortion clinics actually they open early in the morning around 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning because a lot more of the elite people who wants to partake in it, that way they can get in and out before the actual protesters get up, 6, 7 in the morning, so they can start protesting, standing against the sidewalk. So a lot of people didn't know that, but you're spot on. And Congresswoman Mary Miller said the same thing there, Confederate state. What say you, Tony?
I mean, well, the practice of the abortion has never ended. Even when you read it, from the what they quote unquote call a biblical standpoint, you don't ever see where it ceased or halted until they left. The killing of the babies didn't just start when Musa, who they call Moses, was being born. Right. He was already in the system, and the abortion never stopped, of the oppressor. And if you think about it, you never in the reading find where it said stop. It only stopped when they left. And only actually get ourselves back to a full equality and to get our numbers where they need to be, we got to come out and separate. I mean, let's just be honest. And that's everybody for true. And we can see, like I said, they'll put a lot of emphasis on everybody wrong, but nobody's talking about who's doing right. And the people who they setting for the pinnacle of saying the follow are the very failures of why this country in the mess is in. Donald Trump, when the so-called Negro were protesting on the streets and he was saying what should happen to these people, all of them be locked up, what he'll do in Chicago and the violence. But when these people perpetrated the same violence on January the 6th, it was called good people. A lot of them were good people. They were laughing, they were playing and hugging, and this is how whites see things, through their vision. Like say you can white it out. And that's what they do, white out whatever, they want to cover up in their history. Whenever that story is told years from now, when the children who weren't living during the time tell it, it'll switch back around that was a made up lie. It wasn't like when they revolted with the British and they poured the tea out in the Boston Harbor, they actually dressed themselves up like Indians to try to look like the Indians did it. There's anything to try to show themselves in a different light, which makes no sense that they put on Indian clothes to do it. It was supposed to be them doing it, them rebelling against the taxes. But whenever we do, now this is a historical fact. If we don't pay tax, we go to jail as Wesley Snipes. As anybody see, this is a great part of their history. Of these people that revolted against giving money back over here. But when we revolt, it's lock them up. They're all terrorists. They hate the country. You just can't, even though they broke away from England, as bad as England is, you see they still come back and work together. That's the mother of these bastard kids that we've been demonized, that we've been destroyed by. So the abortion thing is never ended. I think it's all turning back around for a reason. I think this is it pushed us, and of course I know all this is working toward a bigger point. The Most High has a bigger point than what everybody sees, but it's starting to get us to recognize that there are a lot of similar things here. The water, we see the famine. I don't know if y'all see, they were showing these big giant sized crickets that they're paying millions of dollars to kill as they're eating up the crops. So all the same things did happen before. There's a lot going on, and with all these earthquakes and floods and droughts at the same time, he is really trying to awaken, on a certain amount of people. Right. That's for those of us that got an ear to hear and realize it is really closing in faster than what people know. And now it's turning back around that we'll have a real doubt. Because think about it, when the last time the conversation been about abortions? With any of us, with anybody else? When the last time we had a conversation? Right. So we all, and it was going on. It was made. Now we're talking about something that people just forgot. Like I said, they were eating out these abortion kids. Nobody thought nothing about. I don't even know where abortion clinic at. So I don't think that's
right.
But yet these people are sitting here now, and now we're discussing, and you're getting to see where people's stance is. And realize, and the reason why is he told her, because iniquity shall abound, which is Qatar sin, he said the love of many were going to wax cold.
Yeah.
You saw the video where the woman had the hammer beat. I mean, hell, I was sick. She made me sick from looking at her. I was sick.
Yes.
I just couldn't believe, you don't talk about women. I mean, you say years ago, pick up a TV. That's a good way to have an abortion. A woman pray, just pick up a big floor, might try to pick it up, strain loose. Right. You let the baby get to that side. That baby had at least be 7, 8 months. And now you're trying to kill it? This is your outcry? She should be in prison. Whatever happened to that child, she should be made to take care of that child. Because this is something that how many people have kids born now with deficiency who they will call wish They have a healthy child, normal child, and this bastard sets him, and you just cripple this. The baby's skull is not even formed yet. She has no idea if that baby dies in her right now trying to come. She could possibly die herself.
Right.
So they watch so much television shit. They think this stuff is rational. They don't realize at some point where are the people that stand for right, that stand up and say, listen, enough is enough. It ain't just with them, it's the whole country. It's the whole world. It's ran to a point, it's driving people to lunacy. But yet we don't come together and say, hey, let's sit down, let's have real like this show. Let's have real talk. I want to talk, then let's change something. I want to talk. We need enough people to talk and say enough is enough from everybody, white, black, Hispanic. We're sick of it. Everybody has given us the wrong ideology of each other, and we become enemies. And some of us don't even know. Somebody will look at me and assume something based off of somebody that told them something that don't even know me. I will assume something about another race based off of something, and I never heard it from this individual.
No, you heard it.
And so there's a lot of us, quote unquote, good people, but because we've all been edged by bad people, we just naturally think the worst about, anybody of that culture, that race.
What I want to encourage everybody right now that's watching, if you can, hit the like button. Also, click the subscribe button. Again, that's hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Something that we just tuned in, we're talking about different abortions. A lot of those abortions have things to do with dynamics, the dynamic communication dynamics between a man and a husband, a wife and a husband, or the baby's father versus the baby's mother. There's different dynamics that goes on. Early today, Thule, she had a video that she wanted to suggest. Video, I'm gonna go ahead and play that video. That video is about 4 minutes long. I might have to cut it shorter, but I want everybody to take a look at this video and let's talk about it.
Look, y'all. Every fucking day, my baby daddy come here with one fucking meal for my child. But I have 3 other kids. We have 1 kid together, but he only want to come and bring one thing to McDonald's. But what about my other kids? How come you can't feed my other kids McDonald's though? Like that's bogus as hell. Like you're not finna sit here and make my other kids feel left out, and you're only bringing one child something to eat. Look, there he go, and I bet you he only got one thing in there. I bet you he don't even. I'm finna expose out of him so people can see how he really is. It ain't more than enough food in that bag for everybody. What's up? Because I'm finna expose you. What? Because that don't look enough for all my kids. That don't look enough for all my kids. What is that? That's just one burger? One burger, one fry? What he like? What do you mean? Okay, what about my other kids? What about your other kids? Okay, but them your kids' siblings though. So what are you talking about? What are you mad about? Them your kids' siblings though. So what you want? So my other kids finna be left out. You didn't feed them? You know I don't give my food stamps to the 7. Lisa, how is that my problem? But if you're trying to help out though, you're not helping out. I'm not trying to help. I'm trying to help my son. But how are you helping your son when you're only getting food for just him and not the other kids, his siblings? Lisa, them are his siblings though. He's not finna eat in front of all his other siblings and they're not eating on McDonald's. Why do I gotta put? Bring him out to the car. No. He's not finna eat that shit at all if you can't bring enough for everybody. Lisa, so you telling me that I bring my son food? I gotta bring your kids food too now? Yes. You sound dumb. How is that dumb? You sound dumb. You sound dumb. Where are they daddies at? Nobody told you to talk to them other. You had them other kids. Them your responsibility. They're not my responsibility. Okay.
So what we're looking at right now, and I had to just cut it short because it keeps going on long, but we're looking at a dynamic where apparently, obviously, to my perspective, what's going on right now is you have a woman who has multiple children from multiple different men, and you have the man actually, bringing food for his particular child, but he didn't bring food for the other children. What's y'all take on that? Thule, what you say about that?
What I say about that? Oh, wow. What I say about that? He was right. That's not his kids now. She is responsible for her kids. He's not responsible for her kids. I mean, it's just, that's tight. I actually want to be on his. I'll take his team.
So you taking the side of the man. Dr. Joe, what say you, Dr. Joe?
I think one of the things that we women need to learn to do is stop expecting things from man that are not obligated to do things for us. If the man wants to bring food for us, thank you. If he does not, he has no responsibility. He can be forced to do that. Those are not his children. You should have never had all these children with all these different men. Where are all the other fathers? They should be bringing food for the children.
I know
So
people look at it too, and they say, but the kids. What about the feelings of the kids? Is it fair to the other kids that your mom did that?
But he said to her, if you caught what he say, well, what about you? Why haven't you provided and gave kids? Why haven't you fed the kids?
Right.
Oh, he put it back on her. What she did? Put it back on the government. My food stamps ain't came in. You see what I'm saying? What y'all actually really do.
So attend to consequences. You put yourself into having children with different parents, and these are the consequences. We have to attend to the consequences of our actions. It's just simple as that. He's right. With Tuli, I'm with the guy.
Wow. We got a comment in the comment section said he should have brought her a pack of chicken and a bag of rice. That's what Royal Kadash just said in the comment section. I'm reading some of these comments in this comment section. It's a lot of stuff popping in this comment section. A whole lot of stuff popping in this comment section. Oh my goodness. Everybody who just tuning in, what I'd like for you to do, if y'all want to call into the show, you definitely can call into the show by clicking on that StreamYard link right there. In addition to it, what I want everybody to do, I want everybody to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And if you can't hit the like button, if you can't hit the subscribe button, what you can do is hit that cash out. Everybody see that? Y'all hit the cash out. Hit the cash out. We had to try to monetize.
Smoke some hemp. Relaxing. Cause that's what
we're not here in these streets. They got one the baby daddy's bringing food and the other baby daddy ain't bringing food. We need that cash out money coming. She got 4 more other kids that need some McDonald's or whatever that Popeyes too. Hit the cash out button. Hit the cash out. Confederate State 48. What do you say real quick about the Confederate State? What you say, buddy?
Well, my take on it, I just believe it was propagated. I think that, to be honest, whoever published that, I believe that the opposition was trying to pontificate the stereotypical behavior of the so-called Negro, to say that that's all we do is give our children fast food, and that we are just selfish people to some degree. But I heard an old, what they call proverb, that says it takes a village to raise a child. And moralistically, I believe that it would have been the right thing to do, knowing that she has her kids with her, that to bring enough for the other children, though it was not his responsibility. But moralistically, I believe it was his responsibility to know that children don't understand why they're not being included but excluded from a situation due to the behavior of animosity between, obviously, the parents, the male and the female. So that's my take on it.
But what if he doesn't have enough money to bring for all the children?
I believe that's a legitimate argument, but again, I would try to create an environment that it would be, more acceptable to all parties, per se, to just, there's a lot of hidden dynamics, as Love Dr. a lot of moving parts there that that could only be explained by those two individuals. But we're obviously on the outside looking in, but the information given, I do stand with the gentleman in what he tried to do as providing, and then I do look at the lady in her situation as to it would have been the right thing to do. She may have packaged it the wrong way and presented it the wrong way, but she did have a point.
She had a point, but I'm curious to know, Tony, what do you think about that whole dynamic? What do you think should have been said? How did that situation be handled? Was she right for taking this thing, putting it on live streaming for the whole world to see?
Now, she was on that.
I was with Confederate State 48 on that one. I mean, what he said, I was definitely thinking. It's one of those situations where you look at it, you you could feel both people's frustration and anger, and it's all out of ignorance because it showed a lot about both of them. It showed okay, he's bringing his kid food, trying to does his kid want to drop off something to him and do it, and the fact that she has all these kids and his telling her about these other kids, then you had to ask yourself, did she have any of these kids before you laid down with them? Because all these should have been things that you should have considered. That when you have a baby, people need to look at that. That's the life,
The life.
I had an outside baby mother. She wound up having, another kid. And the guy was trying. I'm like, I ain't have a conversation for you. I mean, we really don't have nothing in common to even be talking. And I knew him, but I'm like, there's nothing for us to talk about, and and just looking at people expect things, to be done for other kids that they have by other people based off of, or they'll hold you to. And these are things that guys need to look at out here. You get out here and you're in this business of sleeping around baby mama, and baby mama already got kids and she's still trying to have some more by somebody. This causes a lot of problems in a lot of relationships, whether they know it or not. This happens all the time,
All the time.
And the brakes start coming down for mine because whatever problem she had with the other dude, it wound up following me. I'm like, I ain't have a problem all these years. Whatever y'all two doing, leave it there. And you emotionally do get pulled in. So I definitely understand what Confederate State 48 was saying. I'm with him. It's one of the things where she was on this end. Not never say that she's very unjustified with everything, but more than she's sick. Because she's got all these guys, and anytime she sees a man trying to step and do for one of the kids, she has to blame herself. Her anger at him was her anger at herself. And that's totally what it was. She's angry with herself because here's one that's doing why the other ones can't do it. So I'm making one pay for everybody else, plus get the frustration. Because that could have very well went into a fight. I'm trying to give my kids something to eat. And you just bombard versus say, let me ask you something. Would you mind getting? I'm thinking he would look and say, "Listen, I know they're not yours, but though your son, these are his siblings, and they're hungry. You don't have to buy me nothing. I ain't asking you for nothing from me. Could you do?" And that could have won a whole. If he'd have stepped and just looked to say he gonna snap leg, you didn't come to me sideways. You didn't come at me trying to make me, because all she did there was just make it where you probably. And never say this on a lot of kids. With some kids I hadn't seen their parents. Please, before you blame the man, look at the mother on a lot of these cases. Because these mothers will get away these baby mama and they will run a man off. I mean, run him off. And next thing you know, you get these story about your daddy who didn't want you, your daddy didn't care about you. And a lot of time it wasn't that. Mama drove his ass away.
That's right.
I'm telling you, this happened. I come from being one of them baby father kid outside, so I know what I'm talking about. They will push you out there and they will push you away and they'll stick you into something where it becomes dangerous for the man to even be involved with the child. And then he has to just totally walk away and she can tell him, your dad ain't shit. Your dad ain't this. Where your dad? Your dad that. So then this kid grows up with this phobia, hate for their father. Phobia where they don't want to come around and you want around. Mothers play. It's not every case, please. But a lot of times, moms play a part of that because of their hatred or their anger at him because he didn't want you. Hey, we had sex. He had a kid. That was it. I paid my child support, but I ain't gonna marry you. And now I'm gonna make you pay through the child. I know you love the child. I know you like getting the child. Now I'm gonna piss you off where you run off so I can have this over your head. And this kid hates you in your life.
And I was thinking about with that. The fact that she said that she was ready to videotape, which meant he called and said, I'm about to bring, because she said, watch, he only had one burger. How did you know he had food? So you knew that he was going to bring some food for the son.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Because he's going to call. I don't know if you don't cook. Why would I bring it?
Right. So
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what we're saying.
She said, watch, he only had one thing from the one child.
You're right. Why would you bring it?
And then you recorded it. So
set him up. He always do this. Watch, I'm gonna set him
up. Exactly.
Behavior, how they try to set you up and all that stuff. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest coming up. But before we do, it's the top of the hour going on 10 o'clock. We got an artist spotlight going on. This artist spotlight is this dude that I had the opportunity to meet in person. When I met him in person, I gave him an autograph, gave him my autograph, when I really should have asked for his autograph. But I gave him my autograph, took a picture of myself, signed it, gave it to him. The reason I did that is because this dude right here, he's happening 2022. He's making a lot of different albums all over. Right now at the top of the charts. Let's take the next little artist spotlight segment. Check this out and we'll be back. We'll be back. We'll be back.
Ice Cold, your girl's favorite producer.
You can keep all your fancy drinks and all your liquor. I'd rather drop some more singles than go to one of the strippers. And ghetto, I tossed around like Play-Doh, trying to get in shot my game, so you best stay out my way, bro. I ride this beat, but later I'ma switch to Georgia water, try to use against her, so I'm never tripping. I stay cooking up Zamara, never leave the kitchen. I gotta run this with patient, value my position. I take a breath on the track, then go harder. Guitar full of most mistakes, I gotta be smarter. You ain't never had the strength, you get it from your father. You don't like my story, take it up with the author. I live a good life, no apologies. You gon' be burning the shield, that's where your mama be. I'm on you calling you who it can make a problem leave. Wherever you lead, yeah, I follow thee. Let's give them something to talk about. Got it. One of us gotta burn, not it. I fight to make you niggas quitting ain't an option. You see me flipping through the book, cause that's my study guide. You can't get hot without fire, so go and come inside. Every servant I sit closer to the front row, with anticipation like double dutching with jump ropes. You had me in the box, it's time to break out. Your Hoover band ain't nothing for you to play about. Watch out, back up, but keep looking. My mama's like a chef, it's only right that I'll be cooking. Could've been dead and gone, leaving everything. Could've been lost in sin, but this head told me lies. Showed me who I was, it made me who I am. I'm so glad to say, y'all have been so good to me. You've been good, yeah, you've been good, yeah, you've been good, yeah, y'all have been so good. You've been good, yeah, you've been good, yeah, you've been good, y'all have been so good. Shoot up in bed and go long and go sleeping at my grave. But you who was choke on a pumpkin me another day. With everything I got, I can't help but give my praise. I may not be the best at it, but you know I was gonna sing.
We're about to take it back. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Tony and Lee on the radio. Dr. Joe's therapy on the radio. The love doctor going live on the radio. Two mics and a mind on the radio. Radio, turned up 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 on the radio. Two mics and a mind. Two mics and a mind. Two mics and a mind. Two mics and a mind.
Jail, we back.
Great job.
Do we
My
have
computer said my battery is running low. I might want to plug it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we back, ladies and gentlemen. Big shout out to Artist Spotlight. His name is Big Cookie.
You had to
find
get
all of his
one accord.
Bandcamp.com, Kadash Zamara, Austin Smith. That song was called Been Good. He's also found all over on YouTube, and they had the cover of his album was actually listed. Y'all go check it out. Cop his album. Dude is very, very talented, doing some good stuff. Homegrown,
You're welcome.
homemade. Homegrown, homemade right there. That's right. See that man right there.
Ask him who you'd be his favorite singer. Ask him who you'd be his favorite singer. He'll tell you.
Oh, he would say
who you used to want to sing like Smitty? Okay. who do you used to want to sing like? Don't act. Don't act niggerette. Niggerette. The other thing like cigarette.
Big Cookie.
Hold on. The
said
track was
all right.
the
Now,
track was all right now.
Big Cookie Productions. Y'all find him on YouTube. There he is.
Hello.
Bam.
The track was called All Right Now.
No, he just saying.
No, it's called Being Good.
That's like a comment. That's what the explanation. That track was all right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that track was all right now. That's what we call it.
Facts.
The track.
That being said, what I want to do is I want to transition to our
Who you should listen to? Who you
want
listen to?
Hey,
and guess what? I was his mom's favorite producer.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's true right there. Is that true, Tula?
Yeah, his mama. Huh?
What?
Tula.
What?
Don't play.
What?
Tell you what, right there, I see Big Cookie making comments in the comment section. Big Cookie, I got a comment for you. Can you hit the cash out? Hit the cash out. Hit the cash out. That's what we need
Make
for
sure
you
you
to do.
pay your time. Make sure you
Hit
pay your
the
time.
cash out. Big Cookie, hit the cash out. Tula, monitor that cash out. Let me know if you don't hit that cash out.
Listen, y'all gonna tell him. Princess, she said it was good to see him back too. She put
excuse me.
Yeah, Princess says good to see you back. A lot of people watch. A lot of people keep up with people come and show you on our great call and listen. Nephew E, you know what I'm saying? And we got listening. Appreciate all y'all guys.
Speaking of Nephew E,
yes.
What we want to do is we want to bring Nephew E on board, and we'll spend a special shout out to Better 48 for calling in too. Nephew E, welcome to the show, buddy.
What's happening? What's happening?
Y'all all right?
Hey, did you like the track? Did you like the Big Cookie track?
Oh man, always a banger. Big Cookie, always banging.
That's all right.
Always. When is today's birthday, huh?
That's all. Breezer. Yeah, Breeze's
birthday.
Yeah, Breeze's birthday was yesterday.
Oh, Breezer. Oh, it was yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
Okay. Oh, Big Breeze. Okay, yeah, that's my oldest son's birthday was yesterday too.
For real, that's all right.
Oh yeah, my oldest son's birthday was yesterday too. Oh yeah, tell him happy birthday.
Did you have a chance to? Did you see that video about that lady who had us pregnant? Did you get to see it? What's your take on that?
Yeah, I had just got in, trying to get myself together, but I was listening while I was coming in. I saw it. It's bad. She needs to be arrested. Need to be put in jail for life.
Yeah.
You know, for that type of stuff. You know, you sat there and deliberately had that baby. You know, you knew what you was doing. You understand what I'm saying? So you well in your right mind. But at the same time, you know, consequences are consequences when you do wrong. And you sitting here on video, on camera, beating your stomach with a hammer, you know, trying to get rid of something that you deliberately had on purpose. So, you know, that's murder. You understand what I'm saying? That's murder. That's what you call a premeditated murder.
Yeah, absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? So you're sitting on video doing that because why? What's the reason? You know, you wasn't beating that Negro to tell him to get off of you.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? You know, you wasn't beating him to tell him to get off of you. You didn't say stop or y'all didn't stop or nothing. You kept going till it happened. So what make you want to beat yourself now, hurt the baby now? You know, I'm against abortion. All the way through. Like I say, rape, you know, that type of stuff there, those people need to be brought to the forefront. You know, it is hurting to the woman to have to raise a child that she know that she was raped by, you know, somebody with. If a woman has to have a child that she was raped by a guy, then she needs to be compensated for that. You understand what I'm saying? Any woman that's been raped, you know, by a man and she's forced to have that baby, she needs to be compensated for the rest of her life, and that child needs to be compensated for the rest of their life. You understand what I'm saying? You have to make people feel, women feel right, you know, in a bad situation. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you force them to have a baby by somebody that raped them, then, you know what I'm saying, you force them to deal with their life trauma for the rest of their life. So the government needs to compensate them for that. You understand what I'm saying? Compensate them for it. But that girl that did that, yeah, put her ass in behind bars. Put her behind bars. Yeah, put her ass behind bars forever.
I'll pick up tonight.
Yeah, get her. I mean, they know what. Well, she wasn't showing her face, so she was kind of, sideways with it. But yeah, her ass need to be in prison. Need to be in prison for real.
Hey, what about these people who say it's my body, it's my choice? I can do what I want to. It's my body, my choice.
Well, that's your body, your choice, but at the same time, you know what you're doing. You understand what I'm saying? We all done the tango. You understand what I'm saying? So you know what you're doing. You like my grandma say all the time. Did y'all think about it? Y'all talk about it? Did you know what you was doing? You understand what I'm saying? If it came out your mouth, it came in your mind, it came out your mouth, it was in your heart, you wouldn't do what you had to go do. So you suffer the consequences of taking care of that baby. You know what I'm saying? Both of y'all.
That's facts. That's facts. What else I want to share with y'all too, for people that just tuning in, there was actually a clip in terms of when it was talking about the abortion things like that. It made top-notch news because a congresswoman named Mary Miller who made a comment in regards to this whole abortion thing. Let's take a look.
And Trump headlines a rally to support 2 Republican candidates ahead of Tuesday's primary. Comments made by one of them, Congresswoman Mary Miller, are drawing backlash. During last night's rally, Trump endorsed State Senator Darren Bailey in the 6-way GOP race for governor. He told the crowd at the Adams County Fairgrounds near Quincy, Bailey will restore the state to greatness. Trump also reiterated his support for Miller, who is facing 5-term Congressman Rodney Davis in the newly redrawn 15th district. This is what Miller said about celebrating the overturning of Roe versus Wade.
President Trump, on behalf of all the MAGA patriots in America, I want to thank you for the historic victory for life in the Supreme Court yesterday.
Miller's spokesperson says she misspoke. He says the congresswoman intended to say the decision was a victory for a right to life, not a victory for white life.
What y'all think about that?
Very good.
She meant what she said.
She knew who was there.
She meant what she said.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was looking. I want to comment on the guy with the baby. With coming in with the food. That's a situation. A lot of guys done went through. With girls who have multiple kids, fathers and stuff like that. I understand it on both ends. You understand what I'm saying? By them being, I don't know how young they are or how old are they, but at the same time, when I was coming up, when you have siblings and stuff like that, and you coming over to a house, if you was coming to pick the baby up and take the baby off, then that would have been the better thing to do. You understand what I'm saying? Take the boy, take your son, y'all go ride around for a couple of hours, stuff like that, and you explain to the, your kid's mother what you was doing. You understand what I'm saying? Look, I know, I don't have enough money to feed all y'all kids, all the brothers and sisters, but I don't want them to eat in front of their face. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just take the baby and just go around, ride around, go sit with him for a while, and then they give her, stuff like that. But if you coming to somebody's house and you got a kid, you got a baby by this girl, and she got brothers and sisters, and like you said, you got on the phone, y'all talked about this. I don't know if they did or not, but understanding is this here: those are children, regardless of how you feel or what you think. Those are kids. And I remember, growing up, when you see, your father's not around and stuff like that, and you got brothers and sisters that they eating in front of your face. So of course those kids are gonna be angry because they see you up there with a big old hamburger, sloppy hamburger in your hand, and ketchup and fries and a big old drink. So they looking at the mama like, mama, where our food at? You understand what I'm saying? Now that kind of brings division between kids. Now, between siblings. Now you got this rivalry thing going on. Now you got 3. I don't know how many kids you got, but you got 3 kids against 1. You understand what I'm saying? So, common sense will say, let me go get a box of chicken, some bread, a jug of juice. You could have got, 2 pieces. You understand what I'm saying? And gave them what you want to give them, or give your son a hamburger or whatever like that. But, when you was coming up, you had multiple kids in the house. That was just how it was. My mom said all the time, I got 5 kids in here. So if a man had to come around, then they had to take care of us before she do anything with him. You understand what I'm saying? It was just respect. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just how that goes. If you know you're gonna bring stuff for your child and your child only, then you need to pick your child up and go another route. Don't come to the house with no one burger and expect a woman, you know what I'm saying, like that, and you know what kind of woman she is to understand. It ain't no understanding with women like that. You understand what I'm saying? She waiting on you. If she waiting on you, then you already know what the story was. You know what I'm saying? So I think, we need to teach these young kids on how to co-parent, I guess they want to call it, you know what I'm saying, together, and how to do things in the right way. Because like you said, that could have ended bad. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, you literally took this man, money and threw it in the street. You understand what I'm saying? So he coming to do the right thing, in which there's no problem with that. But at the same time, this is how bitter rivalries come in families when you divide the kids like that. You understand what I'm saying? And like I said, I've talked to a woman that have children. My wife, she has kids and stuff like that. So, I was always taught, take care of the children. When you take care of the woman, the kids come with it. You understand what I'm saying? That's how that goes. It's a whole package deal. So, regardless if y'all not together or not, you don't come in there and bring no one piece of burger from one child, and then now your child and got to get roughed up by his brothers and sisters. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Hey, man, you definitely don't want to do that, man. You absolutely right about that. You definitely don't want to do that at all, because what ends up happening, long story short, is them kids, they get to a point where they, one get jealous of the other. But what a father has told me that he has done, he has told me that what he does is he actually goes and get his own food. And he say he's parked in the garage and he eat all this food in the garage before he walk in, because he say the kids gonna be begging for all of it. Is that
Somebody
wrong?
told you that?
I heard that too.
Oh, probably people do. Yeah, I mean.
Tony, have you ever did that before, Tony?
No. Not if I got, no. I mean, I guess if I had 10 of them, you'd be like, I can't borrow 10 of them. They gonna, if I'm gonna walk in the house, them say this: if I got my food they done ate, and I know when I walk in the house, they gonna destroy it and then eat it. I mean, I probably wouldn't then, But I mean, I would have bought for them. I mean, if you had a bunch of kids, just say it's impossible to buy for 8 kids every time you come home.
It's not impossible. They sell multiple items. If they sell you a burger, they sell several burgers.
Pizza's a good choice.
Pizza.
Yeah. Look, we got another special guest. Who that special guest just popped in here? Who that special guest just popped in?
Hey. I just came on. Hey, I just wanted to come on. We talked about one birthday yesterday, but we had another birthday coming up, so I wanted to come on and say happy birthday. If we can guess who birthday coming up, do a dance,
Old Lady Toolie.
Party time, yes.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say I love the show. You guys do a wonderful job. And so I just want to come in and just say I love the show. I love listening, and I want to sing a happy birthday to
You better sing, girl.
Bam.
Yeah. Appreciate you calling.
We appreciate you calling and telling that, right? Toolie be the big 6-0 tomorrow. That's what I'm talking about, y'all out there. That's right. Can be ready. That's right. 6-0. Don't do that. Yeah, Toolie is 6 years old.
Toolie getting on up there, ain't she?
50. Oh my gosh. Oh, 50. Oh my gosh.
I already feel it.
Really getting up there. How it feel?
I felt that.
It brings you to a different point, because you think about it, you say, well, I probably don't have 50 years ahead, 50 more ahead. You don't know, but so it just brings you to a different, brought me to a different point.
Once you get over 50, once you hit 50,
40s, you're good.
So I've heard, when you hit 50, you do start looking at, okay, you can see why older people seem more solemn, because they look at, okay, I had my time, I've gone and done it, and really didn't think about life to the degree I do now. Because then you look at people that's 20 years in front of you, 10 years in front of you, you see so many things happen to people, from mental, from dementia and everything else people get, or
can't walk anymore, whatever it is. You know, you look at you live your life and you get to this point that where and you start looking at how does my life go from here. I know how it's gone up unto here, but how much it changes now. But I mean, it's one of the things, you know, you realize you start to appreciate the fact that people cycle in and people cycle out. There were people here before us, and you know, and they moved on, and you realize at the point in your life, you know, we all live to a point to move on. But then in coming through, you want to make sure you get or you got what you need, you know, and that's having that relationship with your maker and realizing, you know, we all say we want to go home, we want to be with him, we want to be wherever he is, but that's not possible as long as we just him.
This right here, special shout out to the one, the only, the best chef on this side of the galaxy. Truly, special shout out to you, girl. This song for you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. To you.
Happy birthday.
Giving up is not an option.
Giving up is not an option.
Sure isn't.
Woo!
Happy early birthday.
Yeah.
And you are
Oh man, look at the comment section lighting up. Everybody's showing you love. Everybody's showing you love in the comment section. They sending out those special happy birthday shout outs to you. But if I want you to guarantee, don't just do it in the chat room. I want you to show your love by hitting that cash out. Hit the cash out.
Yes.
Hit the cash out for the birthday girl. I'm tired of these empty, blameless, special little chat shout outs to happy birthday. I want somebody to hit that account. Truly. Open up that cash out. If that cash out isn't making it right.
No. It's not coming to me. That's for something else. But anyway, yeah.
Talk to us, Tuli. You're so emotional right now. Just talk to us, sweetie. Talk
How does
to us.
it feel to be 40, Tuli? Tell us.
40. I am emotional. I didn't expect to do that. But yeah. It's you know, you just think about your life over 50, you know, that's a long time.
Right.
Long time. But you know, I'm excited about the future and seeing the future with my, you know, kids and my grandkids especially, and what they're gonna do and what they're gonna become and how they're gonna make this world a better place. I just know I know they are.
Oh. Oh.
I'm excited about it. Yeah.
That's so nice right there. That's so nice. Well, Tula, what I want to do is I want to take time out, just let you know how influential you've been in my life. Oftentimes, me being a love doctor, people ask me, say, why ain't you married? Why ain't you got nobody? And you know what? Part of that reason because I found this chef that can cook so good. She's
I have
whatever
your
I want, whatever my allergies, whatever it is, she cooks it to my liking, and she spoiled me to the point where I'm like, I don't need no woman here to cook for me when I got you. So you might be the reason that my marriage has been delayed for so long. With that being said, happy birthday to you. It means a lot to me, and we definitely a hobby, girl.
Thank you so much. I am going to stop quickly so that you can move on with your life.
Yeah. First of all, do not blame Tuli for your actions. I thank you. The little time that I knew you, I am so thankful for you. I don't want to hear it. I really, truly hobby you. I'm so thankful for you. I've learned so much from you. And I want you to last 130 years and be my children whenever I get to have them, Yehovah willing. I'm so thankful for you. You're so healthy. A role model definitely for me. Thank you so much. And I desire you to have a beautiful birthday tomorrow and for a whole month. July is all yours.
Oh,
a whole month. Yes, it is. You know, I always do that, regardless of how old I am. It's always
Oh, ain't that so nice? Ain't that so nice? That is really, really wonderful right there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Tony, how you feel? Your mule done made 50. How you feel, Tony? Oh man, he's speechless.
Listen, I seen it coming. I first got the old gal. Yeah, she was a quarter horse. Now she glue. She my glue now. She keep me stuck together.
Oh, no.
But no, that's good. She was a quarter horse when I got her now. Yeah, she could step, but now she the glue that holds us together. Happy birthday coming up. She asked me for a ridiculous amount of money, and the answer is still no. What I have for her, right here.
Yeah.
So, Tuli, I'll give you an early birthday.
Oh! Inappropriate. This is inappropriate. This is all inappropriate right here, ladies. This is all inappropriate. I don't sign off on
I
none
feel
of
like
it.
for 50 years old, I could go out there and do that for her. You know, that's the least I could do. Happy birthday coming. Then come and see me. I kept you 2 minutes put up. Go to the carnival. Get you a pickle. See the elephant.
Yeah.
But get you a pickle.
You're a pickle girl.
Yeah.
Don't let nobody fool you. I don't care what Oprah say. You need a pickle.
Need a pickle. Ain't that right?
Oh, yeah.
Oprah took a tongue lashing way too far. Yeah, we appreciate having you around. To the Most High willing, we'll have you another 50 more years.
Ooh, I know.
And keep going, keep gluing, holding on. Keep making. And we all make it. Be ready. Let's have this new future coming behind us by young people. Hey, just like this time coming to an end, we got to get ready so we can go. I mean, in life, the same thing happens. Nobody wants to go, everybody wants to stay, but we got to make room for new growth. Let's just make sure we're ready to do it. You count on everybody else. If nobody else count on you, you make the change. You make the difference. If every one person does that, we can conquer this. So, hey, we got to get ready to go. If anybody asks you, do you mind, you tell them you always mind. Every Thursday night right here on Two Mics and My Mind at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. If nobody else told you they love you, hey, we love you. Our language is called the home. President Joe love Dr. Tuli. Take us home.
Yeah.
And the world is in their hands.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Woo!
50 years old, girl. You made it. Almost.
Yeah, almost made it.
If the carnival don't kill you. I know the ringmaster.
Okay, so since we talked about women and things like that, let me leave you with this. A woman treats you how she wants to be treated first. Then she treats you how you treat her.
Scary. That's bad. That is terrible. That is terrible. That women made that up to con themselves to justify their behavior. That's not true. That's not true. Go ahead. Re-quote it again so they can hear another bad line. Like George Washington chopped down a cherry tree and Columbus discovered America.
All right. A woman
Let's be the third line.
Okay.
At the beginning.
A woman treats you how she wants to be treated first. Then she treats you how you treat her.
You know, and also the Klan was invented to punish white men for not taking care of their families. That's the fourth lie. Fourth biggest lie in the world. Just stop it. Y'all just stop it. That is not true. A woman deviously mistreats you and she'll justify it for the oddest reason that has no explanation. That's the truth. Right here, too much in my mind.
Yeah.
I think I got
it. In mind. Last episode, June 30th. 2022, the last episode for the month of June. July right around the corner. Here it is. What?
We're about to take it back. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the
This now the ultimate power in the universe.
Dr. Joe's therapy on the radio. The love got me going live on the radio. Two mics and the mind on the radio.
All right, you do something better, I'll do something better, and we'll be better together. Until next week. Good night.
Good night, Tuli. Happy birthday,
Good
girl.
night, y'all.